For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 21 of Season 2 here in the Career Mode Road to Glory. This will be the final episode of Season 2. Tomorrow we'll be starting Season 3 in the Championship. As always, this season report will go through all the competitions we are involved in, have a quick look at the other top leagues around Europe, see who won those and who did well in Europe, see who won the Champions League and the Europa League, and then we'll end with a squad report so we can see who's grown, who's done well, and kind of go through the motions of what we think we might do with the squad next year, although we'll go into more detail of that in tomorrow's episode with regards to the start of season number 3. But we, of course, won League One this year by 13 points from Rotherham. 103 points is a league record, previously held by Fulham of 101. 103 now the record to beat for any future League One teams. 31 wins, 10 draws, and just the 5 defeats. 86 goals scored. A fantastic year in front of goal for us. 34 goals conceded, a goal difference of plus 52. Rotherham come up with us. We'll probably find out momentarily who of Portsmouth, Bradford, Swindon and MK Dons will be joining us. Unfortunately for Scunthorpe, Rochdale, Bury and Shrewsbury, they're going down to League 2. Having a look at other domestic competitions we were involved in, of course, we'll have the FA Cup, which we did okay in. We got to the round of 16, which is not quite as far as we got last year. Last year we made the semi-final. This year, of course, a 3-0 heavy defeat, unfortunately, at home against Arsenal. They went on to beat Stoke, beat Spurs on penalties, but lose to Manchester City in the final. So Manchester City win the Emirates FA Cup this season. I'd very much like to win that competition at some point in this save. In the Football League Cup, we didn't do as well. We did slightly better this year than we did last year, but still didn't do very well in the Football League Cup. Arsenal run out 2-0 winners in that. So they had the chance to do a domestic double, but unfortunately for them, they lost in the final of the FA Cup. The Checkatrade Trophy was won by Leyton Orient. We were trying to defend that trophy, but we unfortunately weren't able to. MK Dons will be joining us in the Championship next year. They've brushed off Portsmouth and Bradford, who beat Swindon by 4-2 in the other side of the playoffs. So MK Dons will join us in the Championship next season. Atletico, I always say that. It's Atletico Madrid win 3-1 in the Champions League against Bayer Leverkusen. Real Madrid knocked out 4-1 by Juventus in the round of 16, and Barcelona beaten on penalties or away goals, probably away goals, by Arsenal. There's a turn up for the books. Arsenal having a decent season, although they're knocked out by Borussia Dortmund, who were then in turn knocked out by Bayer Leverkusen, who were then in turn beaten by Atletico Madrid. So everybody that won on that left-hand side of the draw eventually got knocked out all the way up to the final. So sadly for them, not able to win, but Atleti win the Champions League. And in the Europa League, it was Sporting Lisbon, Sporting Club de Portugal won by 4-3 on penalties against Leicester City, who got all the way to the final of the Europa League. Fair play. Didn't expect either of those sides to be in the final of that competition. It's the Confederations Cup ongoing currently, but obviously we're not involved in that. We don't have any international duties at present. We'll have a quick look at the other leagues around England and the bigger leagues around Europe just to see who won in those, and then we'll have a look, see if Anthony Lozano was able to get that golden boot. In the Premier League, eventually, Colombia, Denmark, then England. Manchester City win the Premier League by a point from Manchester United. Chelsea in 3rd, Arsenal in 4th, make your own jokes in the comment section. Spurs in 5th, Liverpool 6th, Everton 7th. Getting relegated out of the Premier League and joining us in the Championship next season will be Watford, Brighton and Hull. Not in the Championship with us next season will be Norwich and Sheffield Wednesday, both finishing 1st and 2nd respectively in the Championship. Then one of Fulham, Cardiff, Middlesbrough or QPR will join them in the Premier League. We also won't be facing Huddersfield, Bristol City or Birmingham City as they get relegated down into League One. We already know the situation from League One. Coming up into League One are Leyton Orient, Doncaster and Fleetwood, and then one of Blackpool, Luton, Crewe or Northampton. Finishing rock bottom of the Football League were Crawley Town on goal difference, were the conference on FIFA, Crawley and Yeovil would have been relegated into the non-league. In France, PSG win the league by a hell of a margin. In Germany, Bayern Munich win the league by 6 points. In Italy, Juventus win the league by 11 points, big margin there as well. And we'll have a quick look to see who won in Spain. Were Atletico able to do the League and Champions League double? I don't think I have a way of seeing who won the Copa del Rey, so we'll just have to see who won in the league. Rangers win the SPL and Celtic only finished third. Interesting. Barcelona won La Liga by 5 points from Real Madrid. Atleti only finishing third, unfortunately for them. Still, though, decent season to win the Champions League. Let's have a quick look at the player stats. Anthony Lozano did win the Golden Boot, and by a big margin as well. To be fair, those final few games we simulated yesterday, he was banging the ball into the back of the net, left, right and centre, and he did score in the final game that we actually played against Barnsley as well. Jamie McLaren, however, up there in fourth as well outright. He's had a fantastic final 2 or 3 months to the season, and he smacked in a lot of goals. Do we have anyone else there on the list? I'm not sure we will, and indeed we don't. With regards assists, Jamie McLaren there with 12. What a season he's had. Lozano there with 7 in 13th. Any other Cambridge players there? Uche with 6. Navarrete with 6 as well. No other Cambridge players there. Clean sheets. Will Norris gets the Golden Glove with 15 clean sheets. Although, interestingly, I do have something to show you with regards Will Norris. Thinking about it, I archived an email. At least I think I archived an email. Did I archive the email? Well, that's not the tab you want, Ches. I hope I archived the email. If not, I'll have to remember exactly what it said. I can't. Will Norris came to me and said that he 100% wants to leave the club. 100% adamant he wants to leave the club. As such, we'll have an interesting conundrum on our hands with regards to the goalkeeping position next season. We'll jump into the squad report though and show you how everybody got on this year with regards growth and their overall stats with regards performance. As you can see, Shane Hamilton currently in goal at number 1. 75 rated, up 8 overall this year. His positioning really still needs to grow though. I haven't been training him since he was 72 rated. He's gone up 3 ratings of his own accord. So that's great news with regards to his potential growth. But 16 games played, 6 clean sheets for him. Joel Mason is up 4 to 68. He has the potential to be special, as does Shane Hamilton, I think. He's loan listed, but I'll take him off the loan list for next season. Joel Mason there, you can see his stats have gone up remarkably well. I'd like his physicals to go up a little bit more. I do like my wing-backs to be a little bit pacey, so I'd like a lot of growth, actually, on the physical side of things. But technically he's growing quite well. Would be good enough for the Championship, but obviously not good enough at present for the Premier League. Jake Clark-Salter is up 7 to 74. We did train him quite heavily this year, and you can tell that from the stand tackle and slide tackle stats there. But 16 clean sheets in 42 games for him this year. Carol Metz, 17 clean sheets in 44 games for him this year. I haven't trained him at all, but his stats are going up quite nicely. Slow growth, but still growth nonetheless. Nico Gieselman is up 2 to 71 at left back. 3 goals and 1 assist for him this season. I think all 3 were free kicks. Might be mistaken. At least 2 were free kicks. I'm not sure whether the third was from open play or not, but I very much enjoy using him at left back. He's one of my better players, so pleased to have him at the club. Lino Navarrete is up 10 to 78. I've heavily trained his ball control, his dribbling and his crossing and his curve, as you can see. I've been training his long passing and his short passing, and his physical stats are booming. Obviously, I don't have anything to do with physical stats other than stamina, so I'm really pleased with the progress that Lino Navarrete is making. He is going to be phenomenal for us. Our highest rated player at 78, our highest valued player at £16 million. He's very happy at the club as well, and just signed a contract extension. Fantastic. 7 goals, 9 assists for him this season. Andre Petrak is a player whose first team future is in question because we are bringing in a 74 rated central midfielder next season on a free contract. He scored 3 goals and got 3 assists in 38 games this season. Was a new signing at the beginning of this year and did play very well. Was, though, perhaps outshone by Folman, who got 8 goals, 4 assists in 36 games. So more influence on the first team picture or the goal scoring picture. Plus, in rather stereotypical FIFA terms, he's quicker. So if we're bringing in another holding midfielder, having a quicker forward rushing midfielder is going to be beneficial. But Foman has been very good for me, and he's younger, 2 years younger as well. Nicola Greco is up 7 to 75 this year. Again, have been training his technical stats, but his physicals are growing too, which is fantastic. He's still 5-star. Is he 5-star, 5-star, 4-star, 5-star? I think he's 5-star, 5-star. He's 4-star, 5-star. But can play on either side, growing phenomenally well, has the potential to be special, will become one of the best players in the save. Anthony Lozano, only valued at £6 million, but 25 goals for him in the league this year, 30 all told in all competitions, including pre-season, and 8 assists as well. Yes, my number one striker by a margin. However, that margin is being closed by the emergence of Jamie McLaren. His acceleration and sprint speed have both gone up 4, strength up 7, and I think those improvements to his physical stats have been the main reason why he's been able to recently start to put the ball into the back of the net on a consistent basis. 17 goals, 13 assists. So in the 34 games he played, he contributed to a goal in 30 of them. That is spectacular. He and Lozano will be my starting 2 strikers in the Championship next year without any shadow of doubt. Unless, of course, we have a remarkable future star come along or a free agent, etc. But we're not sure yet what our budget will be for season number 3. Zlatko Tripic is a great rotation player to have at the club. Still keen on keeping him in, although he's only 70 rated. 3 goals, 7 assists for him in all comps this season. Chavlaran was decent for me, a good rotation player, 38 games played in total. He was quite heavily used, 2 goals, 4 assists for him. Bradley Halliday is growing faster than Joel Mason, and I think, especially considering those physical stats are so good, I think Bradley Halliday might be starting at right back over Joel Mason next season. He looks like he's going to grow into a really nice player, because I've not been training him. I haven't trained Bradley Halliday once, and look at the way his stats are flying up. That's incredible growth. Has the potential to be special. Luke Berry up 2 to 67. Going to be a rotation player still. 6 goals, 5 assists for him, though, this year. So he's still contributing, at least. Josh Coulson will be sold next year. And the reason why, I will show you soon. Because we'll have a look at the youth players we have in our youth squad. Uche up 1 to 72. Minimal growth for him this year. I have been training his ball control and his dribbling. 6 goals, 10 assists, though. So he's still going to be a good squad rotation player, but I might look to bring someone else in, although we do have Osoro, of course. Hugo Wiedemont has been brilliant for me this year. He's seen his first team football cut slightly recently with the emergence of Nicola Greco, but he's still going to be a great player for us next season. 8 goals, 3 assists for him. They are his stats. 90 sprint speed now. Finishing up 3 to 74. His short passing is decent. It'd be better if his crossing was slightly better, I think. Joel Osoro, we specifically trained his finishing earlier on in the year, and it's continued to grow. I stopped training his finishing at 80. It's already 83. Physically rapid. Up 7 to 71 rated now. Potential to be special. 9 goals, 6 assists in 25 games, and he's only 19 years of age. He's going to be great in a few years' time. Harry Darling up 6 to 63. I haven't been training him either, so he was 61 last time we did a squad report, so he may actually be a shock retainee, so to speak. The original Joel Osoro, of course, if you're newer to the series, I had to rebuild the save, and it wouldn't let me alter Joel Osoro's stats. So it did let me alter Joel Osoro's stats, but made him 56 years old, so I had to rebuild a brand new Joel Osoro, which is why we have 2 Joel Osoros at the club. But the original Joel Osoro is going to retire, so that's that. 90 acceleration and 89 sprint speed, though, at 57 years of age. Fantastic. And the fact that none of his stats have diminished at all throughout the season as well baffles me, but never mind. That's why, of course, players like Bradley Halliday and Lino Navarrete and Jay Clark-Salter don't have player faces, etc., and why their status is potential to be special. So inadvertently, we've accidentally given ourselves some very, very good future prospects by accidentally deleting the save and rebuilding it. Joshua Emmanuel will go back to Blackburn now after his loan spell. With the emergence of Joel Mason and Bradley Halliday, we don't need him, and I barely used him this year at all. George Maris, I mean, if he's happy to stay and just be backup to the backup players, then fair play. There's no point selling someone for 180 grand. It's not going to make any difference. So I might as well keep him. Will Norris wants to leave. 18 clean sheets in 46 games. He is the cover star of the save with regards to the thumbnail. However, if he is absolutely adamant and desperate to leave, I will look to sell him. However, I would be keen to keep him if possible. However, the board may come to me and be like, look, we want to sell him, so I may be forced to. If I'm forced to sell Will Norris, I will sell him, and I'll ask Joe to redo the thumbnail with a new player as the cover star. Maybe one of our newer signings we could use instead. We'll have to wait and see in due course. Carl We Met, I will be selling in the summer. Dean Furman, I will be selling in the summer. Leon Legg, selling in the summer. Blair Adams, selling in the summer. Mehdi Alito, I'm not even going to bother to say it because you already know what I'm saying. And same for David Gregory, 22 years of age, 51 rated. He's going to leave us in the summer. Now, the youth prospects, you want to see this because we've got a couple of absolute crackers. Let's have a look, shall we? Youth Academy. So, Ewan Watson, potential of 85 to 94. He's 56 rated currently, a CDM. You can see his stats on the right-hand side there. Not the best currently, but wonderful potential. So I'm going to call him up and try and send him out on loan. In fact, I'm going to wait till... I think I might wait till they're all 18 before calling them up, just to ensure they get as much growth in the youth prospect as possible. I'll have to take advice on that. What do you reckon? Shall I leave them there till they're 18, or shall I call them up now and then send them out on loan? Because we run the risk, if we do call them up and then aren't able to send them out on loan, that could stunt their growth. So that's the one thing I'm concerned about. Now, I mentioned the centre-back because 88 to 94 potential for Elliot Bennett. He's 6'3". He's already 64 rated, so 4 ratings higher than Josh Coulson. Half decent physical stats already, and technicals can obviously improve. But 16 years of age, 64 rated, potential to be late 80s, probably early 90s. Mind blown. Tyler Brown, even better, potential to be 90 to 94. He's a cam, so we'd be using him. I'd probably change formation by the time he gets up to the first team and maybe switch to a 4-2-3-1 for Premier League level, but we'll stick with a 4-4-2 for the Championship at the very least. He's 17 years of age, so I might consider calling him up to send him out on loan, but I'm contemplating, like I say, leaving them all there until they're 18 to ensure that they get the most benefit from the Youth Academy. And Jonathan Cooper is 52 years of age and 52 years of age. He's 52 rated at 15 years of age. 6'2", potential of 83 to 89. So he's already better than David... I forgot his name. David Gregory. He's already better than Gregory. And if we do lose Will Norris, then Hamilton could be my number 1 keeper, and Jonathan Cooper could come up as a backup. So we already have a backup keeper in place should Will Norris end up leaving the club. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in due course. I will, though, head into Season 3. Actually, let's have a quick look at the board objectives. We're 87 with regards to our manager rating. We won League 1. We reduced the player wage. But unfortunately, despite all of those youth prospects, on signing those players, it didn't count for the manager popularity, not manager popularity thing, for the youth development. Perhaps I should have called one of them up into the first team squad out of the youth prospects. Maybe that's what I needed to do, but never mind. We didn't manage that one, although clearly we have some phenomenal youth prospects. Brand exposure, we were able to get 6 matches in a row of 85% attendance or higher, so we met that one financially. We met that one. Domestic success, we met both of those. No continental success, so the only one we didn't do was the youth development one, and to be fair, we kind of did it. It just hasn't registered it. So, manager rating of 87, that is the best season I've ever had with regards meeting board expectations on FIFA 17. 3 seasons at Everton and 2 seasons here at Cambridge, and that's the best I've ever done. So hopefully we can continue that on in the Championship season. Drop today's video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Tomorrow we will start Season 3, get 2 new 74 rated players. In fact, they were 74 when we signed them on pre-contract in January. They may have grown more by the time they join us at the beginning of Season 3, but 2 new higher rated players joining us on a pre-contract, and we'll find out what our budget is as well. Hopefully, might be pretty decent. But for now, that's all from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. There'll be another video later on this evening though, of course, so check the channel page for anything you may have missed. Keep an eye on your sub boxes for the video tonight, and I'll see you next time.